It's just a fight. I hear that and my brain instantly goes, really? That's what we're going with? Because here's the thing, it's not just anything. If it's just a fight, then it's just your body, just your brain cells, and just your career you're gambling with. Sounds small when you put it like that, right? And the worst part is, I don't just hear this from like casual fans of fighting. I've heard it backstage before fights, from teammates, from commentators trying to sound cool. Every time, it makes my skin crawl.
Steel and shadow, fists fly high, breaking through limits, I reach for the sky. Martial instincts power my stride, fight principles guiding my fight.
Welcome to Fight Principles. My name is Sasha, and we're trying to see what we can learn from martial arts and apply it to real life. So why do I think this phrase is dangerous in combat sports before we even move on to life? First, let's talk about what that phrase does to a fighter's head. When you call it just a fight, you're doing two things. You minimize the preparation, months of training, dieting, and sacrificing become an afterthought. Like the whole camp was just a warm-up for something that doesn't matter that much. And you disrespect the risk. I mean, we've all seen it, fighters leaving the cage, the ring with broken bones, ACL tears, concussions that change the way they talk for weeks. Tell them it's just a fight. And here's the kicker. If you believe it's just a fight, you give yourself permission to coast. You start thinking you can take shortcuts. And shortcuts in combat sports are basically, unpaid invoices. They will come due on fight night with interest. So the reality behind a fight is that a fight is never just a fight. It's either a career pivot point, a life pivot point, it's something, but it's never just a fight. If you talk high stakes, promoters remember your last performance, so do sponsors, matchmakers. If you're talking less high stakes, you remember. That's the most important thing. Yeah, they're watching, but you're experiencing them. If you look flat, those people judging you, they think twice before giving you that big name opponent that you might have been calling out, sure. But more importantly, it's a mental test for yourself. Because it's hard to stimulate yourself, right? And it's, speaking of which, it's also hard to simulate that actual situation. Sparring is controlled chaos. A fight is actual chaos. If you break in there, it can set you back. If your career is combat sports, maybe for years. If you've all seen fighters lose a fight badly and never mentally really recover, every spar after that, the shadow boxing ghosts of that night maybe. But even at the local show, the community center has ripple effects. If you're 3-0 and you lose ugly in front of a small crowd, word still travels in the region, right? You're like, hey, look how they fought. Maybe we're not having them again on. Yeah, you might as well win 4 or 5 in a row just to erase that one bad memory. And again, most importantly, it's for yourself. You put yourself through all this stuff to get there. But not just to get there, right? So why do people say it? Why do people say it's just a fight? I don't think it's to piss me off. And most people who say it, they aren't trying to be dismissive. I understand that. They're doing one of 3 things. They're trying to maybe ease tension, like telling a bride it's just a wedding. Good luck with that, right? They might try to romanticize toughness, like the whole stoic, we've been here before, it's just another fight. Or they might even cover their own inexperience. If they've never been locked in a cage or a ring, it's easy to treat it like just a casual Thursday hobby, right? But here's the problem. Language shapes mindset. So the moment you start treating a fight like an errand, you train yourself to treat big moments like force. So now let's bring it to the real life. This isn't just about fighting, because it never is here on the podcast, right? And we do this in real life constantly. It's just an interview. It's the door to an entirely different income bracket, maybe even a different lifestyle. Blow it, and you might be waiting years for another one like it. No pressure, though. It's just a deadline. Yeah, until it's the deadline your boss remembers when deciding who gets promoted. Or worse, it's the one you miss that makes your client go somewhere else. Or it's just a relationship, until it's a relationship that shapes the next decade of your life, for better or worse. Yeah, we downplay things to make ourselves feel safer. But the cost is we stop giving them the attention they might deserve. You don't win by pretending that stakes are low. You win by rising to them. And here's the thing, you can manage nerves without pretending the moment doesn't matter. The best fighters don't say it's just a fight. They say, yeah, it's a big moment, but I'm ready for it. And that's a difference in mindset. I give you another story from like a regional experience here a bit ago. It was after COVID, but I think shortly after. So in the locker room, right? Because you're, especially in like small shows, you're always together in the locker room. And this dude is pacing, clearly nervous, and his coach is like, relax, it's all good, it's just a fight. And you could see that the fighter's energy actually dropped. He went from like, being a little bit on the edge, which is understandable, to like being like, okay, yeah, sure, that's true, it's just a fight, before he even walked out of the locker room. And again, I understand what the coach was trying to say, but I'm not sure if it's the right thing to do, because again, the energy drops and then you're like, yeah, whatever, I don't mind, it's just a fight, it's not that bad. Yeah. Another coach, actually a Thai coach, was saying something, and I'm gonna butcher it a little bit, but he's like, hey, remember that's the moment, the night you've been working for, you're building for this, you're ready, you earned this to be here today. And when you hear this, then you walk out like yeah, I earned it, I belong here. And then you put on a show. And the difference might not even be talent. The difference here might even really be the framing. The one went out trying not to mess up something small, and the other one went on to see something big. So it really comes down to how you frame it for yourself and how you align your mindset. And so let's get into what we can take away from this, right? Our fight principle takeaway. Downplaying what matters doesn't make it easier. It makes you sloppy. In fighting, you give each bout the respect it deserves, because you don't know which one will be the one that people remember, that you will remember. In life, the same rule applies. Treat every key moment like it could define your story, because it just might. And if you're worried that makes the pressure too high, let me borrow this from Jocko. Good. Because that means you'll prepare for it properly. So the next time someone says it's just a fight or anything else, tell them, cool. Let's see you get locked in with someone who's trained for a month to rearrange your face. And then tell me it's just anything.
Steel and shadow, fists fly high, breaking through limits, I reach for the sky. Martial instincts power my stride, fight principles guiding my fight.